Well, your company has a call center and it's time to shop for new call center software. They've heard a lot of big names out there like NICE CXone, Genesys, Five9, Dialpad, Zoom, RingCentral. You've heard all these names, but what are the differences between these different vendors? Are there differences? Are they all kind of the same? Does it really matter which one of them your company goes with? Well, my name is Mike Smith. I'm the president of Aerocom. Let's put our heads together on this. If you want a shortcut though, and you just like to cut to the chase and know, hey, which vendors should our company be quoting for our call center? Well, reach out and contact me. Send me an email, give me a call. It doesn't cost you anything. And I've been a broker for all these major vendors for over 25 years. So I know the industry inside and out, and based on your company's requirements, I'll introduce you to the best 2 or 3 vendors that your company should be quoting and help you get the best pricing from them possible. So I'll get you better pricing than if you're just calling these companies directly. So definitely reach out and contact me. Join the thousands of other companies who have used me to help their company make a lot better decision in a fraction of the time. And it doesn't cost you anything. It's absolutely free. So my expertise is companies with 50 or more employees. So if that fits your organization, reach out, call me. I'd love to help you. Also, don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel so you don't miss any of my weekly videos that I put out. And go check out our website, aerocominc.com. On our website, you can write reviews on providers, you can read reviews on providers, you can watch videos on providers, read about them, you can filter providers based on features and capabilities, a lot of cool stuff, so go check it out. All right, we're gonna take a look at these 6 vendors that I mentioned: NICE CXone, Genesys, Five9, Zoom Phone, RingCentral, and Dialpad. If we look at those vendors, the first thing I would do in terms of trying to differentiate them is I would put them into 2 categories. The first category would be primarily call center software only, or they call it contact center software only. An industry buzzword right now, acronym is called CCaaS, CCaaS, Contact Center as a Service. So primarily CCaaS, contact center software, that's what they specialize in. That would be NICE CXone, Five9, and Genesys. In another category, I would have a category for service providers who offer both regular phone system software, what they call UCaaS, Unified Communications as a Service, and contact center software. So they do both very well, as opposed to specializing in just contact center. The vendors like Zoom Phone, RingCentral, and Dialpad, their focus is on doing both very well, both phone system software and call center software, as opposed to the others just do call center software really well. The others do have ways to get you phone system software as well, but that's not their expertise. Whereas Dialpad, RingCentral, Zoom Phone, that is their expertise. Both are really their expertise. So those are the 2 categories: call center software only providers and all-in-one providers. All-in-one meaning phone system software and call center software. So that's one way to differentiate them. Okay, so we've talked about the main way to differentiate them. Let's talk really quickly about some similarities though. Here's where you're gonna find a lot of similarities. All 6 of these providers are Omni-Channel. So that means they offer multiple communication channels for your call center, meaning that they can add calls into there, they can add SMS text messages into there, they can offer web chat as a channel, they can offer email as a channel, they can offer social media as a channel like WhatsApp or Instagram or Facebook. Omni-channel software is something that all of them are going to offer, so you're not going to see any differentiators there. Another similarity is analytics. All 6 of them are going to offer pretty good analytics, like really in-depth analytics. So if you want to really look at all types of different ways you can break up calls, you want to create custom analytics, custom reports, you want those reports emailed to your key executives, all 6 of those service providers can do that. Customer sentiment is something they all do. All 6 of those providers are going to say, hey, we can do customer sentiment. We can tell you through AI if somebody's happy on a call, somebody's not happy on a call. You've got an angry customer. They can let you know customer sentiment. All 6 of them can do that. Speaking of AI, all 6 of them do that as well. So they can give you an AI bot for phone calls coming in, for chats taking place, so they can have an AI bot that's interacting with the customer, all of them do that. CRM integration, all of them do that as well. They all integrate with the major CRMs out there. We're talking Salesforce, HubSpot, Zendesk. They all have pre-built integration for all of those. All 6 of the vendors that I mentioned have that. And lastly, dialers. All 6 of them can offer a dialer solution. So if your company wants a dialer solution, all 6 of them can offer that. So you're thinking, after you hear all those similarities, you're like, geez, Mike, like they all sound like they have all the same stuff, right? Yes and no. So they all offer those things. But when you start to get into the weeds of those different things that I talked about, that's where you're going to see some differences. And some of these differences, I'll be honest with you, really depend on your company's specific use case. So of those things I just mentioned, which are the most important to you? And you're going to start diving in on the demos and seeing there's subtle differentiation, maybe in the analytics, maybe in the AI, maybe in customer sentiment and how you can see it. And maybe it's real-time customer sentiment versus historical customer sentiment. You start digging in a little bit, you're gonna start seeing some differentiation there. But let's talk about differentiation in terms of those 2 categories. Let's at least break that down a little bit. If I talked about differentiation, about all these providers, every single thing that's slightly different with them, this video would be 24 hours long. It would be really boring, right? So I'm gonna try to summarize it a little bit for you in terms of just the experiences I've had demoing these providers on a daily basis for all my customers and seeing what the differentiation is. So let's break it up at least between those 2 categories I mentioned. So call center software only versus all-in-one service providers. The call center software only vendors like NICE CXone, Genesys, and Five9, these vendors are going to be better when it comes to customization. So for instance, if you really want to get into customizing your analytics to some crazy weird details and seeing all these different little things, those are going to be the best vendors for that. This is what they specialize in. And I'd say, to take it a step further, these vendors really specialize in larger call centers. So if your company has a call center with, I'd say, 100 or more agents, that's their sweet spot. You start getting into the smaller call centers, like we have 5, we have 10, we have 20 agents, that's not really their sweet spot. Yes, they can service you. Those call center software only vendors can service call centers that small, but that's not their sweet spot. They really want large call centers. They want the large call centers who have very custom applications, who are looking to do use cases that, like I said, you want to break up the analytics into some very unique reporting requirements that your company has. You've been doing call centers for a long time and you have your call center, there's some specific things that you guys really need. Another thing that they'll offer that a lot of the smaller ones won't is in-depth workforce management. So if you really want help with scheduling your agents, or if you want things like gamification, that's where you're going to see some differentiation with the call center software only vendors. They're going to offer those types of things. They're going to offer really great, workforce automation. They're going to offer some really great gamification options. They're going to get into that customization. Things like dialers. Yeah, all 6 of these vendors do dialers, but the call center only vendors are going to offer all 4 types of dialers that you might want, whereas all-in-one vendors might offer 1 or 2 types of dialers. And if you want to know about dialers, look that up. There's actually at least 4 different types of dialers. Some people say 5, but I'd say at least 4 different types of dialers. And the big companies that are the all-in-one are not going to offer all 4, whereas the call center only vendors are going to offer all 4. Also, integration, software integration. You might find some different CRM integration with the call center only vendors. Maybe they're going to have a little bit better integration. They're going to offer just a couple little extra features when it comes to integrating with Salesforce than maybe some of the all-in-one vendors. Or maybe it's a banking software that you need. So they're going to offer something a little bit better when it comes to that. So if you have a specific banking software, your chances of one of the call center only vendors being able to integrate with that banking software as opposed to all-in-one are higher. and having it be more cost effective because maybe it's built in-house and they're not using a third party like the all-in-one vendors are doing. Okay, so that's some of the general specifics. Specifically talking about those companies like NICE CXone, Five9, and Genesys, I can give you a few things right out of the gate that I've experienced recently with those vendors. Like NICE CXone seems to show really well with a lot of customers. Their interface, their UI is really good. So that's really impressive to a lot of customers when they demo it. Five9 seems like they jumped out a little bit ahead of the curve when it comes to AI. So agentic AI bots, Five9 really established themselves as a leader early on. So that's been something they've been leading on recently. Now some of these things have changed, depends on when you're watching this video, right? And then Genesys kind of really established himself as really having great integration with banking software. They did that early on as well. So that's been kind of like a strong suit for them. Again, so these things change month by month. So it depends on when you're watching this video and what your company needs specifically, but that's just some of the differentiation right out of the gate when it comes to the call center software only vendors. So now let's talk about the all-in-one vendors. I would say that in general, the all-in-one vendors sweet spot is companies with more regular phone system users than call center software agents. Like for instance, your company has 100 employees on regular phone system software and you have 20 call center agents. So you have a relatively small call center and a larger company. So maybe you have 500 employees and 20 call center agents. Something like that. That is, in my mind, that's really the sweet spot for an all-in-one vendor who can do both phone system software really well and call center software really well. And then getting to the service providers specifically, what are some of the sweet spots for Dialpad, Zoom, and RingCentral? Well, again, some of these are going to change over time, but as of when I'm making this video, some of my opinions is that Dialpad really leads the marketplace when it comes to cutting edge technology and also competitive pricing. So Dialpad can offer some really cool technology out there. So like, for instance, they can do automated CSAT scores on every single call when it comes to call center. So every single call that you have that takes place, they can automatically give you an AI CSAT score. They do all kinds of really cool stuff technology-wise. When you really start doing that demo, you'll see what I'm talking about. And then cost-wise, they're very competitive on pricing. Now, Zoom is really good at AI bot. Zoom is doing a great job. They launched an agentic AI bot early on with their web chat. Now they've added it to a voice bot as well. So they're really pushing the envelope and leading the marketplace when it comes to that. They also just do an overall great job on pricing when it comes to the cloud phone system side as well. So very competitive on that side, and they offer also a great Teams phone integration, like a dialer plugin for Teams Phone with good two-way presence sharing. So they do a really good job with Teams. So if your company's using a lot of Teams and you have a call center and you have a phone system, that might be a good option. RingCentral is really the marketplace leader when it comes to the Teams dialer plugin. They do a great job on the phone system side with that Teams dialer plugin. RingCentral also offers a ton of features all the way across the board. They've been doing it for a long time, so their phone system feature is very robust. They offer some cool things like the ability to have mass MMS and email. So if your company also wants to consolidate vendors and send out mass text messages to your customers, RingCentral has a platform for that where the others don't. Also things like mass email platforms and measuring all that, they do that as well. So that's kind of some sweet spots for RingCentral. But all of them are great providers, but those are some areas of differentiation. All right, so that's just overall how to separate some of those vendors. Again, a lot of it starts getting into the weeds and it's really company specific. So if you'd like more information on that, of which vendors your company should be quoting for your call center software and phone system software, reach out and contact me. Send me an email, give me a call. I'd love to help you with that. I'm a broker for all the major vendors in the marketplace for call centers, for phone system, and I've been doing it for over 25 years. So join the thousands of other companies that have used me to help their company make a lot better decision in a fraction of the time. Don't just reach out and call these vendors. If you work through me, I'm gonna get you a lot better pricing on these vendors. So absolutely send me an email, give me a call. I'd love to help you with it. And on top of all that, I don't charge your company a dime for using me. The service providers pay me my broker fee, so I don't have to charge you guys anything. So there's no excuse not to at least get my opinion on this stuff. So I'd love to help you. If you got something out of the video, it's a nice way to say thank you, is just reach out and ask me for my advice on this stuff. I'd love to help you. All right, as always, don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel to make sure you don't miss any of my future weekly videos that I put out, and it also helps get the word out there. It makes my channel more popular. And go check out our website, aerocominc.com. Thanks for watching. I'll catch you on the next one.